Hi, it's Matthew Porter with another Drafthouse Diary, October 16th, 2022. It's still October, still season for horror movies, and I've been wanting to see the new movie Smile. It was much too sunny out there, so I've decided to come inside to talk some more about Smile. And I was out in the sunshine because they didn't have any convenient late-night screenings of this movie in the last few weeks, so I decided to go to an early Sunday afternoon show. And for a movie like Smile, maybe this was a good idea. In my talk about Candyman a week or so ago, I talked a bit about the kinds of horror movies that I do or do not enjoy. And I can enjoy a good psychological horror movie. I tend not to enjoy horror movies that have a lot of gore and violence in them. And Smile is kind of a combination of the two. It's definitely an intense psychological horror movie, but it has some pretty shocking graphics, some shocking scenes to it, a bit of gore, more than a bit of gore. So it's kind of a hybrid of those two. And I wouldn't mind that if it were executed especially well. But to be honest, it wasn't. I'd give this a 1 star on my arbitrary 0 to 4 star scale. It had some aspects that were well done, but the overall story just was not tremendously well developed. Our lead character never had enough agency. The whole story is about agency being taken away from her. And in a movie that has themes related to mental health, I can understand that. Might be kind of their point. But in the end, it didn't develop as a story. It didn't really go anywhere. We got to watch a victim have things happen to her, which just isn't a story. I can compare it to things like The Ring and other psychological horror movies that have an element of mystery. And eventually the character gets to make some decisions, gets to learn what's happening in a way that gives her some degree of power, some kind of meaningful choices to make. And that never really happened in Smile. I kept waiting for that to happen in this movie. They kept seeming like they were going to come close, and they never really got there. This movie was directed by Parker Finn and was starring Sosie Bacon. I'd say it was a good performance by Bacon, and as for the direction, like I say, some things were executed well, some scenes were shot interestingly, but they were also just too many tricks being used, too much very self-conscious use of weird angles and upside-down imagery, too much reliance on jump scares that were kind of tacked on, that weren't really earned. I'm glad I saw this, but I'm also glad I didn't pay full price, which is a nice thing about that Alamo season pass. In general, not my favorite recent movie. The visit to the theater was still enjoyable. I didn't get any food this time out since I had just had a nice Sunday brunch with my family. So instead, what did I get? I got a Breckenridge vanilla porter, and that was good. I didn't have a whole lot of interaction with the staff as I walked in with my season pass ticket and didn't order anything but a drink. But the staff that I did encounter, of course, they were friendly and efficient as always. And this is my local Alamo. It's my favorite location in general, so it all added up to a good visit. Not the best movie, but that's the nice thing about the season pass. I can come out to see movies that I wouldn't necessarily have seen before. I wouldn't necessarily have seen if I were deciding whether or not to come out and pay full price for a ticket. So thanks for joining me for this Drafthouse Diary entry. If you found this helpful, please click like down below to help others find it. And if you want to see more of these, click subscribe. I will see you again soon. In the meantime, enjoy your movies, and when you do, stay till the end of the credits.